Go. Hey, hey, we are live. I'm here with Simon. Say hello, Simon.
Hey, how are you, Mike?
All right. Dan, Spencer, can you guys hear us in the chat?
Uh,
The answer's never been no, but one of these days they're not going to be able to hear us, and I want to make sure that we're good to go on that.
it's the
Awesome.
good way to start.
All right,
Perfect.
perfect. We've got Schmid here and Shaun. I've been trying to get Shaun on for a while now. He is a player that I played him over a little over a year and a half ago, Hellfire versus his Spider foes, and he just keeps getting better and better. He's been really leveling up his play, and you're starting to see it with more and more success in these TTS events that he's been going to. So I'm excited to see if he can knock down Schmid here. Schmid winning priority,
Looks like
though.
Schmidt's Prio. I would
So
probably
Schmid's running.
expect him to pick his secures, although he may be tempted to pick his extracts. But they look like they have pretty similar scenario setups. So it could go either way.
Is Shaun doing like the whole pay to flip thing? Yeah. All right, so we got scientific samples and Mcron. I'm gonna guess Shaun would be better off playing 17, right?
Yeah, I would presume so as well, just because he has a lot of threes and fours, and cutting off larger splash model for Schmid is probably the way to go at it because he probably wants to play Doctor Strange as his leader, and a five threat leader doesn't scale super well at 17 as opposed to 19.
Yeah, it's something that came up in my variant cover episode I recorded with Schmid. Was there was a few times where I kind of pushed back on him and asked him questions about 17 on things like scoundrels, etc. And it was something that wasn't popping up for him a ton, but I feel like looking at his roster, you want to force him onto lower threats if you can. And I
Yeah,
think foes are pretty comfortable at 17. It's a standard. They play a lot of extracts and secures that are around that, right? Guardians save Shi'ar, some of the 17 extracts.
yeah. And because he has Toad as a splash, it still lets him play a five if he wants, just because it lets you.
Yeah, let's take a look at Sean's roster. Actually, we've got Doc Ock, we've got Sandman, Jane. Jane is just getting around everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
Shang-Chi. So pretty standard splashes here. I don't know about. I have not seen Jane in Spider Foes yet. Have you seen that before?
Yeah, at least I know locally a lot of us are playing her, so like she gets splashed to every sauce. She's just an incredible model. I think people were sleeping on her early on because of how strong Thor 2 was, but she's definitely
They're tabbing 17 threat.
yeah,
Yeah, makes
17, I
sense.
presume. Yeah. But I think Jane is really coming into her own here, and that's why we're seeing her a lot these days.
Yeah,
She just kind of does everything, right? She has good attacks, displacement, throws, defensive attack. Like she's just the whole package.
yeah. Under Ock, it's kind of interesting, right? Because she can shake some conditions that she doesn't care for, and then if you attack her, she's getting the extra power. So like you feel a little less bad about spending 2 power on rerolls.
Yeah.
She was one I was looking at in Web Warriors because I've been dabbling with them a bit and looking at different duels, and both A Force and Asgard make a lot of sense. But I wasn't sure how I felt about Jane under Miles, but I've seen a lot of people saying that they're playing her there and feel it's pretty successful.
That's fair. I think Ben must be thrilled hearing and seeing that.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely appealing the idea of bringing Web Warriors to Summer Slaughter, where I know Ben will be there, and I'd love to get a round one matchup into him.
And Crush's Dreams.
So what do you think we're going to see here from Schmid at 17 threat? So we've got samples and Mcron. I mean, you imagine Strange. I don't
Yeah.
know if he can really fit Voodoo in. Do you think he brings Wong? I guess just to make that like threat value work.
Yeah, I think there's an argument for Magic and Wong here to have 10 threat to go at it. Then you could add Zemo and Rhino. I don't remember Schmidt's list, but
Yeah, or maybe
uh,
Shang for the
yeah.
Shang or Rhino make a lot of sense, right? For bouncing between the different points.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would expect, just because both Zemo and Rhino or Shang are all very mobile models. And while Wong is not great here, he's still an extra body to flip, pay to flips.
Yeah,
So there's definite argument for it there.
I could also see him wanting to go Rhino just because someone's got to pick up a sample, right? You don't
Yeah,
want to pick up with any of your wizards typically. So Rhino makes a lot of sense. You got a lot of good range with the bump, and he doesn't mind taking a few hits because the power generation and the DR is pretty good.
Yeah, I think also because this table is kind of terrain heavy, like we see three size threes, two size fours, all sitting pretty close to the cures. So that's got to play at least somewhat into Schmidt's consideration here, just because that's a lot of big terrain, which Convocation usually doesn't want to take, and that Spider Foes has a lot of ways to throw size 3+ terrain. Um, Either with Jay and Rhino or like some of the other models available to Shaun. So here, I think, at least in my view, I think Rhino would definitely take the head over Shang-Chi here.
Yeah, I know Shaun is playing Ock, and I feel like Ock has fallen out of favor in the last few months. Everyone's been goblin, goblin, goblin.
Yeah.
I know I was looking at foes today. I don't really see. I think Ock still has a lot of play. Oh, we're seeing squads being activated here, so let's see what they're bringing. All right, on Schmid's side, we see Dracula.
Ooh,
Okay.
Taskmaster. All right,
Oh,
interesting.
he's this is classic Schmid, bringing as few wizards as he can. All right. Magic, Taskmaster, Wong, Shang-Chi, and Dracula. He's got the Warpath stuff. Normally I hate on people doing something like this, but I know how much he wants to play Dracula, and I'm honestly here for it. I love that
And
model.
on Sean's side, we have Doc Ock, Rhino, Lizard, Black Cat, and Mysterio, which gives him an interesting setup here going into the
Yeah,
Wizards.
wasn't expecting Mysterio. I'm guessing Mysterio, between Mysterio, Cat, and Lizard, you've got a lot, and Rhino, you've got a lot of options for grabbing a sample round one.
Yeah.
You feel pretty good about whatever Schmid decides to do. I'm curious who Schmid's going to decide to pick up with. I mean, you've got Taskmaster and Dracula, both seem like pretty reasonable options. I'm assuming Dracula is probably the goal, right?
Probably. I mean, you can deploy Dracula dead center and he can double walk to any of the side's
Hmm.
points to pick them up. So, like, it keeps his options open.
Yeah, Shaun's list doesn't punch very hard, and it's gonna be curious to see like how that plays out over the game. It's one of the things that I don't love bringing rosters like that typically. I like having a couple models that can like turn a game, and don't get me wrong, Rhino and Ock definitely can. Being on flips, so I'm curious to see how Mysterio plays here. I mean, Lizard is a fine model. I know you don't like him, and I'm not a huge Lizard fan myself, but he definitely bounces between the points really well. If you can get an extra on him early, he'll be able to at least get the power
Yeah.
to
And
flip some stuff.
I think you kind of nailed down one of the things that make me don't like models like Lizard. Like, he's good if you're already ahead and in a good position, but if you have to fight your way back to win a game, he's more often that way than not. So I think here, Sean, especially with how pillow fisted the team he brought is, I think he's definitely looking to try to build an early advantage and keep his momentum.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see if he has any kind of plans round one for getting aggressive on an extract. I'm not sure if he can because we're on
I
scientific samples, but
I think you're not as much looking to gain the advantage on extracts, especially because you have last activation.
right, so it's the
I think
flips.
here trying to break parity from the secures is probably what he's looking to do. Like Black Hat going last, just trying to steal one of the back Mcron. And because it's because it's Mcron, it's always a 50-50. So like you have 1 in 2 chance of going 3 1s on the secures.
Hmm.
And if both of your models have both of the models carrying the extracts are on secures, it's looking at a 6-4 lead round one,
So
which means
he
it
placed
can really.
down Mysterio first in the interesting position. He'll be able to flip. He won't be able to walk to that sample, correct?
Uh, Looking at it like that, it looks like it's going to be too far for him
Yeah, he's got to
because
be
you have a
straight
very
on-ish, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You have a very narrow band to play with, and I think here definitely breaks it.
Yeah, I could see maybe putting Mysterio there across from Taskmaster because of Taskmaster's martial artist, whereas Mysterio's, poking with mystic damage, so
Yeah,
probably not a bad matchup there.
I feel like the thing he's probably looking to do is that if Taskmaster picks up that sample, Mysterio can just double walk on the secure to flip it and be pretty close to Taskmaster. So it would open up windows to attack him.
Hmm. Wong going down to the center for Schmid, Black Cat going up north for Shaun. Black Cat deployed straight across from the scientific sample at the top. Magic going down here for Schmid, largely in the center, but definitely cheated towards the southern point. Curious to see who his leader is going to be. Oh, I guess it's going to have to be Magic, right? You're definitely not going to make it Wong.
Yeah, I would put my money on Magic as well.
Lizard going down here for Shaun, placed right next to Mysterio, both of which are on the south side. I'm expecting a potential double move. Try to steal the back Emkron from Lizard.
Up Poldock is, I want to call attention to Plane of Poldock. I think it's an interesting tool Schmidt is bringing here, even though he has like 2.5 Mystic attackers. We're mostly looking at Magic, Shang-Chi, and Dracula's Spender.
Hmm.
But I think it's going to give him the tool to like really burst down the model that causes him problems.
Okay, we've got Dracula going here straight across from Black Cat. Shang-Chi, Ak, and Rhino still to be deployed. Rhino going center for Shaun. I'm guessing he's going to grab that back sample, which makes sense to me.
Yeah. I think we can presume Doc Ock's going to be lined up against the remaining Emkron right between
Yeah.
Rhino and Black Cat. Because having both Lizard and Doc Ock being able to double move and flip the opposite Emkron means he keeps his options open to flip either of the least
Yeah.
crowded Emkron.
What I'm curious about here is that if Schmid grabs the north sample, what is Shaun going to do on the south side? He's going to have to grab with Lizard, which I think throws off some of his Emkron play here. So either.
Uh, Not necessarily. Like it kind of forces Doc Ock to go on the opposite side, but just
Hmm.
because we see from Schmid's side of the board that it's significantly less crowded with mostly Wong and the far away Magic, it's a lot less risky for him to do so.
All right. Well, they're powering up, and Schmid has the initiative here, so let's see what he decides to do.
As expected, leadership on Magic.
Shaun bringing three, four spider foes, so potentially could get off some really good surprise webheads. Grand Illusion also on Emkron is pretty sweet. If he's just cheated a little north of one of the Emkrons, he can really get a lot of range on all the different secure points.
Is it really a TTS game if players don't forget to turn off the deployment lines? I don't think so.
I think much. Is this a surprise to you as well as it is to me? Shang-Chi picking up for Schmid on the south side. What's he thinking
Uh,
here?
I think just because Shane probably has close to no way of punishing him, but like both Lizard and Mysterio.
Hmm.
So I think Shang-Chi is like at no risk of doing anything. While if Black Hat picks up the sample on the other side, Dracula can just use his I think it's what wolf form
Yep.
to move long and already get to pick on Black Hat, which I think is very relevant here.
Yeah, seven
Just
dice
because
into three, regardless of, no mods, no crits. It's still really, really good. And then you could always, hypnotize her, move her around, whatever. Put some
yeah,
conditions
and
on.
because he's gonna have Prio next round, it still probably lets Dracula double tap her, and then even if Dracula even builds 2 power, he gets to bow her afterwards and maybe put her in range of some of his other models.
Yeah, so Black Cat picking up on the north side for Shaun, Schmid on the south side with Shang-Chi. You now have Taskmaster going for Schmid, who's just going to walk and flip the South Emkron. I think it makes a lot of sense too with Shang-Chi, right? Because, like I said before, if Taskmaster picks up, Mysterio gets to pick on him with Mystic attacks, which he doesn't love, whereas Shang-Chi has no real threat there from Mysterio or Lizard.
Yeah, because both 4 die attack into a model with 4 die scanning blanks, regardless of which of these two attack him, is like not super threatening.
So that's Taskmaster finish for Schmid after flipping, and it looks like Mysterio's going to go do the same. Unfortunately, he doesn't get to roll and potentially get a skull. Was it no blank? He gets the extra power, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But even if you like, if you get the blank, it means you also miss out on the scenario flip. So it's like not as bad as it can be, but it's still not the outcome you're looking for.
Okay, Magic and Wong still to go for Schmid, and Dracula looks like he's about to activate. He does indeed pay 1 so they can move long, and he's going to get a 7-die attack into Black Cat.
Yep. And like you said, one of the best ways to go at Black Cat is just really large dice pool because it makes her defensive deck not as strong and relevant. Not great hit with 3, but still gets to give her a condition at least. She blocks 0, so all 3 goes through.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's going to put a bleed on her, but
Um, yeah, probably. Um, Either that or Hex. Because I feel because you still have Prio, you have a strong incentive to have Dracula go first next to daze her. And you can still bow her forwards to open up some lines next round.
notable that Shaun did not bring any restricted tactics cards. I wonder if he had a fallback or a sacrifice in there that could have proven
He
useful.
has Strategic Retreat, which can be close enough to black to.
Yeah, but I believe it only works on Spider Foes characters, right?
That's correct. But that's still 4 out of his 5 characters.
Yeah, but the one in danger is the one that's not a foe.
That is correct. Which is why I really like Schmid going with Shaun to pick up the extract, just because it cuts off that line.
So that's Dracula finishing up there. He gets an extra power at the end of his turn because Black Cat is bleeding. She's taken 3 damage, so she's in a lot of danger next round. In fact, there's also possibly a line where Wong donates a power to Magic. I don't actually probably not going to happen, right?
Yeah, fairly reasonable actually. Because she could move, teleport to and gain her maybe, but I think that'd be kind of greedy. I think you're
Yeah, you're
probably
going to pick
better.
up an extract. Looks like Rhino's picking up for Shaun. He's grabbed the sample and he's moving up towards the Emkron. I think that makes a lot of sense to go to that side. Get away from Shang-Chi. And he's just moving up to apply some pressure next round on the Emkron crystal.
So Rhino here looks like is not. So Shaun's correcting it and have Rhino sit on the Amtron.
Yeah, so he'll start next round with 2 power.
Yeah.
Wong going now for Schmid.
Looks like he's probably looking to give Dracula an extra power.
Unlikely. I'm imagining he's just going to go flip that point, right? And then maybe meditate.
Oh, that's true.
Or maybe even potentially walk to a direct... I don't know. He might walk out of range 3 of Rhino.
Getting a gainer here, I think would be kind of greedy just because Rhino is the type of model you don't want to fuel. So I think going with Wong to just flip and hopefully be outside of range 3 of Rhino is probably going to be the play.
All right, Wong walks. Just outside of range 3 of Rhino. Very nice. He'll flip the Emkron and then meditate. The classic TTS glitch. I saw them. I think they accidentally unlocked the Emkron earlier in the game, so
Yeah,
so now
sometimes.
it's glitched and not going to appear.
But I am going to paraphrase Lucas Sheik here. The mod is free and it opens up a lot of opportunities to play different folks from all around the world. So I tend to be more lenient about free stuff than I am if I was paying for the mod. Shout out to Carl, who is doing an incredible job
Yeah.
as the steward of the mod.
Ak walking up here, paying 1 to flip the Emkron.
And meditating.
No, Doc Ock. Just walked
Oh
up
yeah,
and flipped. Just outside of range 3 of Dracula, it seems.
yeah. Still with an reach for the arm lasers.
That's true. I don't know how much of an advantage you get by doing that, though.
I still think going up and trying to flip the Mcron from under Wong is probably the best way to go at it.
It definitely would be good
Hadn't
if
he,
you had power.
he hadn't flipped it. Like, I think I would have liked to see Lizard go and flip that point, just to also move away from like Shang-Chi and Taskmaster and a lot more of the action to free up Doc Ock to go there. But I think Lizard being able to charge in after magic is gone also is another interesting window of opportunity.
Alright, so Ock walking to be within range 3 of Wong. He'll be able to punch him next round, potentially throw him. And that's Doc Ock finished. The two extracts for Shaun are located currently on Rhino and Black Cat. Black Cat is bleeding and has taken 3 damage. Schmid's last model to activate is now Magic. She's going to walk up and grab the last remaining scientific sample. The other one for Schmid is on Shang-Chi, who's under no real threat. Schmid yet to pick up. I'm not sure. I don't think there's another option, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think you really want to pick up before you attack if you choose to do so, just because if you roll a skull, you get an extra power on it.
Oh, that's true. Yes, this the scientific genius. I love that they had that on the scientific samples. It's such a cool little themey thing they've added.
Yeah, it's definitely very flavorful with the models that already exist.
Looks like Schmid's going to opt to rotate Magic away,
Yeah,
which makes sense, right? You've got collapse the extracts to a side that is,
stronger for him. Yeah,
yeah, and
I think that,
not going to hit quite as hard.
yeah, because Mysterio and Lizard are not the biggest punchers, and if Shaun wants to rotate his models, it's going to take some move actions.
Yeah, but it probably won't be particularly difficult, right? Because you've got Rhino who can attack Wong.
Nope.
Well, there we go. So Magic moving up actually towards Wong, going right into the fight. What I was going to say, Simon, was that Rhino's going to be able to hit Wong next round, do some
Yeah.
damage to him, apply some pressure, and doesn't take much effort for Rhino to get across the board. So regardless of where Schmid went with Magic, Rhino's going to be able to chase.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's Schmid activated out with Magic holding next to Wong on the north side, Shang-Chi holding on the south side, not on a point. Black Cat holding for Shaun on the north side, probably going to get picked off next round by Dracula. Shaun opting to go now, or his last activation is Lizard.
Yeah, I think we can expect Lizard to try to steal the point from under Taskmaster, which Schmid tried to body block, but I think one 35mm base model is not going to be enough there.
Yeah, Shaun's thinking about it. I mean, worst case scenario, it's definitely worth trying, even if you miss it, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think it's not like moving towards Shang-Chi and slapping him with 4 dice is a better
Yeah,
option.
it keeps Lizard in a relevant position for next round.
Okay, Lizard moving up. He's not quite moving max distance, but I think he's going to be all right regardless.
Now he is. Yeah.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah, he definitely has more range than he needs.
For sure. All right, Lizard moving up. Here comes the 50-50.
Yeah. Does he break parity? He does. Does it?
Yep, there you go. So Shaun's going to go up 5-3 round one.
Yeah.
And now
which
the
is really one of the advantages of running pay to flips, because if you have last activation, the first player usually gets to take the advantage on the extracts, but the last player gets the advantage on secures, and here you see it's a good showing of how to break that parity.
yeah, I mean it's very likely this round that Schmid gets the extract advantage. It'll be
Yeah.
difficult for Shaun to avoid that. And then also Schmid would get last activation in that scenario, assuming that Shaun doesn't daze anything. We'll see how that plays out though.
I'm pretty confident we're going to see a Dracula going to a Black Cat just to clean house and pick up an extract with them.
Potentially even bow. Actually, he's outside of range to bow Doc Ock, but
True, but if he does one shot Black Cat, I think you could pretty safely expect him to move back near Magic and Wong and then bow Rhino out of range.
yep. Dracula's sitting on 5 power right now, so he's got plenty of money to do whatever he wants. All right, Dracula 7 into Black Cat's 3.
Um, two is a
Not a great hit.
surprisingly soft hit, but Black Cat go to whiff again or block it. Blocks it all.
That's just Black Cat things. It does get to give it another condition though, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how much of it. Oh, you know what? She's actually going to lose her bleed, isn't she? Because of the Yak leadership, right?
Uh,
Is bleed one of the
nice.
ones you can shake for free?
Uh, Shock, Slow, Incinerate, so no.
Ah, all right.
The model would have to suffer damage, so if you don't suffer damage, you don't get to clear the condition.
Today I learned. All right, another hit coming in from Dracula. Uh,
3 hits is also surprisingly soft. She might just live.
she blocked.
MCP special,
That's
alive on one.
Black Cat. You love to see it if you're Shaun.
Yeah, I think giving her all conditions she cannot clear with um, the leadership is a good call. So roots, poison, root, bleed, and incinerate. She would still have to shake if she wants to survive. Um,
Do you feel the need to activate Cat though and keep her alive? Magic's the only thing threatening. Magic's holding an extract, so maybe here's the bow. I thought he was outside range 3 of Ock. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Potentially a
so
slight positioning error.
he was outside the range 3 of Rhino and barely so. So like
Okay.
it's definitely within range 3 of
Fair enough.
Dracula.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really strong bow there. Maybe Shaun, that's something he could have considered. Was that bow range? But also, you know what? It's easy in hindsight to say it was a mistake, right? Because if he does kill Black Cat there, then he might want to be taking shots in the Dracula. So
Yeah.
hard to say. But do you feel pressure right now, Simon, to activate your Black Cat and get her out of harm's way, or do you think that you just start applying some pressure to Magic?
Uh, I think like it's kind of making the same choice twice, right? Because if you start applying pressure to Magic and don't get her, she's very likely to just get Black Hat afterwards.
Hmm.
Because now, without like a lot of power, she has just a one attack into
Oh,
her.
here comes the
So
attack from Rhino into Magic.
yeah. Looks like we are maybe debating something else. So no. Oh, Rhino was 1 power short because of the scenario. So yeah. Attack into Magic. Ooh,
Soft hit.
very soft hits so far.
She's taking 1 at the moment.
Yeah.
So Rhino will be on 3 power, so he'll have the ability to either add some dice now or throw some terrain.
Magic will get to place afterwards, and I like going towards Black Cat here because if Rhino doesn't daze you, you get to probably just limbo step towards her.
Alright, Shaun's got a decision to make now. So anyway, Simon, I was gonna. Oh, I was gonna say is if Black Hat goes down, you don't really feel that bad as Shaun, right? Because Ock just picks up and moves to relative safety. So I really don't think it's
Yeah,
that big of a deal to go into Magic at the moment and power her up. Um, she'll have to choose between going after Cat or going after Rhino, and Rhino's kind of a tough nut to crack at the moment.
that's true.
Power coming off Rhino here. Are we going to see the throw or the push?
Yeah, it looks like it's the throw.
Yep.
He's blocking terrain, so sites is 3 thrown at magic. I think we're gonna see the brace there, but not sure.
He's debating it. It's hard to
I think
risk.
here the real question is: do you want to burn brace or sacrifice? Right? Because even if magic blocks 0, she takes 4. She lives on 1. She can always sacrifice into Wong, so you could make the choice to save brace and burn sack instead.
That's an excellent call out. I wasn't considering. And if you're Shaun, getting him to burn either resource feels pretty good early in the game. So it looks like he's going to roll on that size 3.
Yeah. Take it
Picks all
all.
4. Old Magic would be dead.
Yes.
Okay, so here comes the 5 dicer into Magic. Will we see the sacrifice into Wongers?
Got into
We
Wong.
will. I saw a
Yeah.
power come off. Yep, there we go. Sacrifice.
Yeah, this surprisingly would let Magic go pretty hard into Doc Ock. I think there's a strong argument to try to trade leader for leader here.
Hmm. Wong
Wong
just
blocking
taking 1 on that
2.
attack.
Yeah, a very strong block here, letting him bump as well. Uh,
Rhino generates a power that he is going to use to try to flip on the point. And does
fails
not
it.
get it.
Because here, if you're Schmid, you could like use a soft pass with Wong, heal Magic, and she's not really threatened that much just because Doc Ock is pretty far. Or you could choose Violence and go lay pretty hard into Doc Ock.
Alright, that's an activated Rhino. The only risk you run, though, of... I guess actually a Wong heal is not too bad there. And Ock is not within 3 of Magic. You really don't want to act... Like, if he does the pseudo pass turn you're referencing, I don't think you want to activate Ock just yet, right? You
I
probably want to
agree.
hold him. Looks like
Uh,
Magic's paying 3 to Limbo Step. Was
yeah,
that
that's what I would
4?
expect.
No, she spent 4 power, Simon, so I think she's going into
Oh,
Rhino. Yep.
it was Spender
So
into
we're seeing the
Rhino.
Spender into Rhino, so that's going to be 6 dice Mystic. Counting skulls on
Uh,
both sides. 4
yeah.
into 1 so far.
DR1, so he takes 2. Incinerate and Bleed, he can only clear the 1 Incinerate after the
He'll
attack.
clearly incinerate. He'll generate 4 power for that, which feels great. Because there's a size 4 dump truck there that will probably get braced next round. And
I
then you've
would
got
expect a
brace
set.
and sack out pretty early in the game, which you feel good about. He does. I think he has to. He's forced to clear the incinerate, right? There's you don't get a choice on that.
That's correct.
Yeah. Looks like he's considering an aggressive here,
Yeah.
potentially get in
The
range of that truck.
Yeah, I also think he's looking at trying to get in range of like um, Doc Ock for strategic retreat because Rhino generating power so well means he
Uh,
can probably save the extract with strategic retreat if he needs to.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense because potentially he's in danger with Schmid having priority next round. That either a magic.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it also frees him up next round to be able to play things like robbery if he needs to.
Yep. I like the placement by Shane here, kind of trying to body block magic from Limbo stepping towards Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an interesting choice.
Uh, what's happening?
Uh, it looks like Builder Gainer?
Yeah, it looks like he's
Gain?
attacking the black cat, right? Yeah.
Is he in within range 3? I think he is, but
Four in the black cat.
yep,
Four
that's
successes. So black cat.
gonna make it. She can only
Well,
block
yeah.
3 because she packed X. Yep, I guess the last one. But like you mentioned earlier, too you're not feeling too bad about it just because it clears the conditions from Black Cat, and because Doc Ock is like super free to pick that up and move back.
All right, drops the extract. Gonna be in an awkward position for Ock to pick up. Now, do you feel the pressure to go with Ock next to try to get that extract back, or
Uh,
are you like you're not really worried about Wong going to pick it up, are you?
no, not really, because just if even if Wong goes pick it up, you can still lay into him pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think if Doc Ock goes and pick it up, he has to kind of move back towards the secure, or just Wong flips the Amcron opposite him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, now that strategic retreat play that you mentioned is kind of off the table once he picks up that extract.
Yeah.
And samples is one that provides bonus points for having all your models on secures, which, as of right now, it's very likely Schmid will be able to get that bonus point, but might be difficult for Shaun. He's going to have to pick up and walk back. Although there's nothing there that's going to threaten him from not being on the point. So this seems like the safest option is,
Yeah, just pick it up and move back to your secure. I
yeah.
would expect him to do that.
Yeah, and Shaun having last activation means that either Mysterio or Lizard could both potentially move Shang-Chi.
Shaun's not looking to have last activation just because Schmid dazed his Black Cat before she went.
Oh, that's true. That's unfortunate.
So Schmid is looking at losing prio
Yeah.
here.
So Ock picks up, and he's going to walk back to his secure to try to score that bonus point.
Yep. I think you're moving Wong to kind of try to flip it. If not now, a little later.
Okay, so now the extracts have flipped around a little bit. Ock is holding for Shaun, hanging out on his home Emkron. Rhino for Shaun, hanging out on Schmid's Emkron. And Magic and Shang-Chi still holding for Schmid. Magic living on one at the moment, but nothing really threatens her. I mean, there's a world where Lizard could walk and maybe hit her.
I think one of the plays available to Schmid here would be to use Shang-Chi Phoenix Kick on either Lizard or Mysterio to again get the charge Doc Ock and push him off the point, and pivot and collapse the extracts all on the same side of the table.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a good shout. I'm assuming he's within three of Mysterio, but I'm not 100% sure.
If not Mysterio, Lizard feels pretty close.
All right, Shaun's activation looks like he's going to go with Wong and do the play that you mentioned. Double move flip.
Yeah, I think here if he had the option to do it in one move, you heal magic on the pass by, but there you kind of have to choose which one you pick.
Yeah, let's see what he
I think
opts
there's
to
an
do.
argument. Yeah, I think there's an argument to just heal magic here, because it's a 50-50 to flip it or not, while healing magic is quote unquote safe value.
The heal, that's not an action, is it?
I think it is.
Is it?
Uh, It is not. Oh, it is. It is.
Okay. I played.
Giving a power is not the action. Healing is.
Okay. I played my first game of Wong in I couldn't even tell you how long. Last night, and my takeaway was I hate him. I was yelling at Mike Waller about it and yelling at Will about how much I hate Wong.
I'm not going to disagree with you there. You know my stance on
Yeah,
Wong.
anti-Wong gang.
Yeah, I mean Jeff is wrong as usual, so it's nothing new under the sun.
Yep. Again, it's Schmid's activation. He's got Shang-Chi, Taskmaster, and Wong still to go. Shaun still has Mysterio and Lizard to activate because Black Cat dazed, giving him the priority.
I think because of the Shang-Chi line I mentioned earlier, I think going with Wong and healing magic is probably what I'd be looking to do. Um, but I can see why Schmid is torn between the two options if he goes with Wong now.
Reminder that the secures are still 3-1 in Shaun's favor. Okay, looks like it's going to be Taskmaster rolling on the Mcron Crystal to try to change that. He whiffs. So as of right now, that'll remain 3-1 for Shaun. Taskmaster, of course, has a guaranteed gainer with his shield, so he can maybe throw a shield and then just try to flip over Mysterio.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd be looking to do, just because Mysterio generates power like already kind of well enough, and starving a lizard is a good way to combat him. Ooh, I like this. Throwing the shield at Doc Ock. That's probably the best line because he's a model that scales not super well with extra power. So throwing the shield here into Doc Ock is a great line.
All right, here it is. Taskmaster 4 into 4.
They can uncover and line of sight. Uh, one, but it's the right one. You could even ricochet into Rhino.
Ock does not block it or get his scientific hubris. And now he's going to
Yeah.
ricochet into Rhino.
You take all the free damage you can get. Ooh, alright. Taskmaster showing up.
2 crits and a success for Schmid. Let's see what the blocks are on
Oh,
Rhino's side.
great block from Rhino.
Alright, we'll see them roll the crits in.
Oh,
Just
taking
converting 1
one.
damage here. But still,
Getting,
you've got power to flip if you want it.
getting 3 power out of it. Oh no, he already got the extra power
Yes.
from the turn. It is once per turn.
I like this. Get out of range of Dracula.
Yeah, so do I.
Still be within range of a fountain to be thrown.
Yeah, I like going back
This also
into the.
blocks that play you talked about, right? Because now this might body block the Doc Ock, and Shaun can't push Rhino.
I think because it's still 50-50, you could Phoenix kick into Rhino, then still get the place. Which gives you the guaranteed power to try to flip it.
Right. What I'm saying is it removes the push of Doc Ock off the point potentially. We'll see how that plays out, or if that's even an option that Schmid goes for. So Taskmaster is done. He spent a power. He failed the flip yet again.
Yeah. Yep. I hate Mcron so much. that 50-50 flip mechanic really makes that scenario too dicey for my preference.
Yeah. All right. Lizard moving here for Shaun. He gets to the Mcron on Schmid's side, and he's gonna get an attack into magic. A line we were talking about earlier. This could be big.
Yeah, you get the 1 damage through, but it's a 2 VP differential.
Good hit coming in so far.
Magic is down.
Yep, that's the 1 damage he needed. So now Lizard's gonna get the power to both flip and pick up the extract. It's great for him.
Still a die roll to flip it, but if he gets it, it's a really big tempo swing. I think Schmid could probably have Shang-Chi move, flip back the Amkron, kick Lizard and flip it.
All right,
If
here
he
comes the
fails,
flip attempt, which is a fail.
yeah,
It's a little bit of karma there after Schmid missed a couple of 50-50s.
yep.
But still, Shaun still have 3-1 on the secures. The extracts currently are 3-1 in Shaun's favor. Doc Ock, Rhino, and Lizard. Rhino has taken 3 damage and is bleeding. Shaun does have strategic retreat, but no options at the moment. Well,
Yeah,
actually, if anyone was threatened, they could move and pass to Mysterio next round as well, right? Because you get to move short and then toss range 3.
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, it's a really
Um,
solid card.
the other thing here, playing into Shaun's favor, is that all his extract holders are contesting secure, so he's looking to score the bonus VP as well.
Yeah. Uh, Schmid here looking at a Rising Phoenix kick into Mysterio potentially. I will say though, Simon, is that Shang-Chi can push size 3, so there's a world where he Phoenix kicks, hits Lizard, and can push him off that point to deny the VP.
You can only push if you do the 10,000 shape strikes. You can't do it after the Phoenix kick.
Right. So you Phoenix kick and then you charge.
Yeah, that's true. But it doesn't get you on the points, I think, if you do that.
That's true. Can't argue with that. Sometimes though, right, it might be worth giving up a VP of your own to deny a VP of your opponent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that line even is good. Maybe he wants to have Taskmaster and Shang-Chi on the bottom, flipping secures.
Yeah, it's definitely an argument. I think with how stacked together the VPs, the extracts are, I think you're still looking at trying to shift your forces towards where most of the VPs are.
Yeah, I'm curious here to sort of learn something from Schmid. He's one of the better players in our community, and I want to see like when he decides to rotate. If he decides to rotate, Wong's moving up here, so he's going to double move Wong and try to flip that point.
Yeah.
Looks like he might just be opting to play the secure game this round.
I think that's kind of what he has to fight for. Just try to not lose too fast. Like he has to definitely slow down how fast Shaun is scoring at the moment.
Okay, Wong nestling in there, and here comes the 50-50. Eventually, it has to go in Schmid's favor.
Or doesn't.
Nope.
So for those currently keeping track at home, that is the third contested flip failed by Schmid.
So just Shang-Chi left to go for Schmid and Mysterio for Shaun. What do you do here if you're Mysterio? Do you like yeah, maybe take a shot or two into Shang-Chi and see if you can't push him away? I mean it's 4
I think
dice into
it's
4 plus cover, so a little unlikely, but
I think the other risky thing as well is that if you actually move him, you give him power for charge.
that's true.
So it's a double-edged sword for sure.
All right, let's see what he gets here. Decent
Uh,
hit coming in so
blocked.
far. It's currently yeah, it's blocked. And
I think
Mysterio doesn't have any triggers, right? It's all based on damage.
yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I think just because he gains power from both blanks and skulls, um, it's going to help Mysterio generate power a lot. But as we can see, Shang-Chi's also gaining power from the skull because of the extract, so now he has charge money.
All right, Shaun debating his second action, Mysterio. I mean, you don't really have a lot of other options, right? You just kind of take a shot here, and then you've got tricks and traps online, as long as you roll a
Yep,
blank.
or a skull.
Is that what his card does? If you roll a blank or a skull?
No, the skull is because... Oh, no, he's not holding an extract.
Okay,
Never
yeah.
mind. I'm an idiot. But yeah, I think if you take the opportunity here, you build it.
I see him looking to measure. Oh, maybe he's trying to see what options Shang-Chi has available to him, which makes sense. Interesting. He's opting to just
Yeah.
move. What is he looking for here, Simon?
I think he's kind of afraid of Shang-Chi charging him, which I think is fair, but I think it opens up line for Schmid to just like flip the Mcron opposite of Mysterio and Taskmaster, then just move to the one next to Mysterio to try to flip it.
Yeah, I mean that
He
line was going to
could,
happen regardless, right?
yeah, I think he could charge and try to double tap Mysterio, but then you're still opening up yourself to a tricks and traps or something along those lines afterwards. And if you whiff on your attack, then you don't have power to flip, which might just be
Good. Here comes
rough.
Shang-Chi. He's charging in, comfortably
Yeah,
within range 2 of Mysterio.
can't pay to lower his defense, so it's
Yep,
going to be
6 and a
6 against
5.
5. Pretty solid hit, getting the stagger as well.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty good
Looking
hit.
good. Good blocks so far as well from Mysterio.
So far, pushing 2 through at the moment. Let's see how the crits pan out.
Not converting. So dealing 2 is pretty solid here. You get a stagger as well, which mean you can push flip.
Notable that Shang-Chi did not roll any skulls, so he didn't get the extra power he needs to do all the things.
Yeah.
So he'll get a push here, a free flip, but he won't be able to flip the other point. Yeah, Ben in the chat calling out that maybe Shaun's positioning could have positioned in a way to make that harder for Shaun. I think by moving Mysterio to the other side of that point, it just allowed him to push him away, right? I mean, regardless, he was going to be able to push him away. So I'm not sure Shaun could have done anything, I guess, that different with his positioning. Maybe body block
Diamond.
with uh, Taskmaster, so if he gets pushed. Schmid looking here like he's going to position Shang-Chi to flip an Mcron and then apply some pressure to Lizard next round.
Yeah, I like it because he's also holding an extract. He's gonna start for sure 2 power.
Yep.
Um,
So where are we right now with the secures? It's 2-2?
yeah, 2-2.
Okay.
So
It's going to
Sean's
be
looking at going 6,
5-6. I'm sorry, 5-3 again.
6 to 4 because
Uh,
both players are
oh,
getting the
right.
bonus from the scientific
It's
sample.
true. I feel good about
So
that
like,
if you're Shaun, right? Because you're scoring a little bit faster and your models are looking a little long in the tooth at the moment.
wait, Sean, how is Sean scoring 7? Did I miscount? One, two,
No,
three,
you're
four,
miscounting in your basic math, yes, because 5 plus 6 is indeed 11.
4. What is 6? No, he's oh yeah, he was a 5. Sorry, because the VP tracker in the log said move from 4 to 11, but it was
Ah,
a 5.
fair enough. So that's 11 and 7 for Shaun. Shaun's got priority here. He's
Yeah,
holding 3 extracts, one on Ock, one on Rhino, one on Lizard. Schmidt's holding on Shang-Chi. Secures are 2-2 at the moment. Basically, each of their home secures are currently in their own favor. If you're Shaun here, how do you want to open up? You've got a Black Cat who's got power to maybe double stagger.
I think that's kind of tricky. I think you probably want to pivot your models away from all of Schmid's.
I'm
Um,
not sure how you do that though, right? Because you do have Shang-Chi and Taskmaster on the bottom. You've got Dracula and
yeah,
Magic at the top.
I think maybe trying to getting rid of Magic and the leadership's an option because she also hits fairly hard,
Yeah.
and Dracula is just hard to get rid of in general. So I think probably an aggressive line of Rhino going into Magic to try to take her out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Shaun, you do have double stagger available, so you could limit the two hardest hitting models for Schmid and what their actions are. You've also got strategic retreat as an option for Shaun, so he could if one of his models gets threatened, he could still hand off potentially to Mysterio or to Black Cat.
The thing that kind of scares me though about the double stagger is that if you're going into Dracula and you get the 1 damage from
All right, so it is going to
from
be a
the attack,
stagger right now into Magic. You just stagger Magic first, then you stagger Dracula second, right?
true.
All right, so we
But
have Cat into Magic, 6 into 3.
magic blocking 1,
Magic blocking
getting
2 at the moment, but
no,
Shaun will be able to push the 1 through and the stagger.
yeah,
Shaun not
I
rolling
think
a wild here, so he's not going to get the elusive.
he has the crits to roll in and guess a
Oh,
wild.
there it is. Now this is really good, right? Because you could move to be just range 3 from Dracula. He'll still be able to bounce in and hit you, but if you get another elusive, you can get out of range. If you
That's true because he would need no because if he deals the 1 damage, Dracula gets to use Warpath and the
oh,
counter attack and the spender.
that would be honestly at that point you might feel good about making him use all those resources. All right,
Yeah, but I think that's what they're here for, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like,
All right, here comes Cat's elusive. I don't think she's. Yeah, she's gonna get exactly range 3 from Dracula. Shaun getting exactly what he wanted here. And now we're gonna see a. Oh, all right,
the
because he
bump
can
from
use the
magic.
leadership more than once as long as it's a different character, right?
Yeah. Magic got the leadership trigger from the attack because Shaun was the attacker. He gets to resolve his triggers first.
Yep. I didn't catch that, Simon. Did he move Magic up? It looked
Yeah,
like he
he
did, right?
moved
Yeah. Okay.
her forward a little. Yeah.
All right, here comes
I
another
think it puts
stagger
her.
into Dracula from
Yep.
Black Cat. Shaun really hoping it wild here.
Ooh, strong block from Schmid, which is not what you're looking for. I think you're looking to take damage here. Thankfully he does take the
Yep.
1.
And we get the elusive for Black Cat. Ben in the chat calls out if he elusives towards the board edge, then maybe that limits Dracula's options. Maybe, but
Oh, I like that.
I also like where he's currently going with Cat because he's giving himself mul strategic retreat options. And Magic and Dracula can kill. Let's say they both get lucky. They each kill, let's say, Rhino and Ock. One of them still passing off to Cat, who's not under much pressure.
I
Okay, we're
like the bump to maybe Warpath.
yep. Here comes the bump from Dracula. Let's see if he opts the Warpath as well. Looks like
I think
he's
he
considering
will.
it. It's a little tight, but I think he gets there, right, Simon?
Yeah, I think so as well. The medium base is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here.
All right, he is paying for Warpath. So ironically, despite the stagger, he's still going to get 2 actions worth of Dracula this round. Okay, 7 into 3. Here we go.
Yep.
It's a big attack for
And
Schmid.
if everything goes well here, you just actually one-shot Black Hat.
It's always the goal.
4 is not bad.
It's a good hit. And he'll be able to get the bleed to generate any more power and healing if he needs it.
Still getting 3 damage through. Here, had he gotten actually 4 hits and the bleed, it would have been good enough to get rid of her.
That's true. She's going to take a damage right now because of the bleed.
Yeah.
Be alive on 1. I was going to ask you if there was a world where you recal that, but I realize Schmid would not have re-rolled his dice.
That's
So it
correct.
would not have been a good idea. Okay. So that was Black Cat's activation. She handed out staggers to both Magic and Dracula. Trying to protect his extract holders, which are Ock, Rhino, and Lizard, who are all kind of a little bit of a triangle over there. Actually, it's definitely not a triangle, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think there's a spicy line to play here. You could bow Black Cat right next to Rhino, and then Spender Rhino to throw into Black Cat
Mm.
to try to get rid of both models, which is the 1 action.
Yeah, he didn't bring Brace, which is largely not an issue with the exception of Dracula's Spender. Dracula's Spender, the throw is automatic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like bowing Black Cat, right?
Yeah.
Next to Rhino, you throw Rhino into Black Cat. You're pretty likely to get both. Uh, unless you one-shot Rhino, and because the throws after the attack has resolved, but then because Cat is already activated, like you're fine with it.
Schmid considering his options here. Also notable that we've got Surprise Webhead and Grand Illusion still available for Shaun.
Yeah.
Like, there's possibly a world where Mysterio just walks up Grand Illusions to make it even harder to kill those models.
Since he can only walk once because he's staggered, there's a still limited range, but
It's true.
it's still definitely in his arsenal.
Yep.
I think I like the Shang-Chi charge into Rhino here. You can push Lizard away from relevance. Maybe even Doc Ock if you get close enough, but I think he's far off.
Yeah, Schmid under a lot of pressure at the moment with his two best damage dealers staggered and only holding one
Yeah.
extract.
I think if you're Schmid here, you really have to try to get rid of as many activations as you can to flip the things in your favor.
You can also play Wong and remove the stagger from one of those models.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Could you do it for both? You could
No.
actually
It's one
do it
power,
for
right?
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is power.
Wow, that
So
would
you could
be a
create
giant FU to
both.
Shaun.
That's actually a pretty solid idea. I think it's definitely an option. Oh, looks like Magic here is playing Plane of Poldark. On Rhinos, we see
Yep, here comes the charge.
charging.
Foes players showing up. We see Quinn in the chat. What's up, Quinn? Shaun's playing well. All right, here comes Shang-Chi charging in with Plane of Poldark. It's going to be 6 dice with rerolls into Rhino.
Who is playing 4 for strategic retreats.
But he still gets attacked, right? Yeah. And he's handing it
Yeah,
off. He is handing it off to Black Cat. I like the idea of him getting out of range so that
he's not gonna be able to do a follow-up attack.
yeah.
At least under Rhino.
Yeah, and then Rhino's got the ability to then apply some pressure, maybe kill Wong so that you don't get the double heal.
Yeah. Unless your Rhino gets one shot, which is kind of possible with Plane of Poldark.
Yeah.
Um,
Only needs to do 4. Well, 5 because of DR. All right, here we go. 6 into 2.
it's not a bad start.
Good hit. No skulls on Schmid's side. 4 successes with 2 rerolls available.
Ooh, a crit's not what you're looking for if you're Schmid. 1 block.
Effectively blocking 2.
Yeah, he needs both to convert if he really wants to get rid of Rhino. Not happening. Rhino takes 2.
All right, he's alive and he's getting juiced up because he'll get 3 power for that. Which means he'll be able to apply some good pressure.
Ooh, I
Magic.
like it.
Yeah, I think if you're Schmid here, you've got to chase down Rhino, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Rhino's got 3 actions worth of attacks next round with Surprise Webhead if he wants it. And he's got Robbery.
Yeah, I hear that lets him get on the point probably as well. Yeah, looks like it lets him do both.
We're going to see another 6 into 2.
Rhino gets to aggressive first if he wants.
Oh, that's true. There's no way to aggressive, though, to get out of the attack range.
That is correct.
Yeah. All right. Big attack here. A good attack.
4 is pretty solid. 1 skull. Jeez, is Rhino gonna survive this? If this converts, he lives. Schmid needs this to convert to get him. Yikes.
Ooh, alive on one, the MCP special.
You could Chi Mastery here to remove the 2 successes.
Oh, that's true.
Which is not what he's gonna do.
Oh, he hasn't committed to anything. Oh, no, Rhino took the damage, but that doesn't mean that Schmid is done
Yeah.
thinking about Chi Mastery.
Because it lets you change your opponent's dice, you could just remove the 2 successes. I think you're desperate enough to do it. Oh, no, looks like he commits, tries to flip, fails again. 4 out of 4 for Schmid.
Alright, that's Shang-Chi's activation. Leaving Rhino alive, one is definitely not ideal. If I'm Shaun here, though, I wonder if Shaun notices the potential Wong remove double stagger. Looks like Ak is going to go. He's paying 2. He's paying
To throw,
3 to throw Dracula.
Yeah.
I like it. If he throws him out of range of Wong, that's actually really good.
Yeah. Well, because the spender is still online, you might still be able to get him.
Right,
But
right.
it's
But I'm saying
definitely
it
not
doesn't let you remove the stagger. So let's see.
Yeah.
I want to see if Shaun measures that. Yeah, he's thinking about a strategic, what the hell is it called? Surprise webhead here,
Surprise
if he can
webhead.
get the power off of with Ak. I'd like to see him measure the range from Wong to Dracula here, just to see if he's out of range 3. Okay, looks like we're going to see an Ak attack into, I'm assuming magic, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Soft hit.
Oh, very soft hit.
The model's going to block.
Notable that he doesn't even get the like skull or scientific hubris power here either.
Looks like he is measuring that range 3, and we see Wong is outside of range 3 of Dracula.
Yo, let's go, Shaun. He's choosing to walk. Just to be outside of range 3 of Dracula, I mean, that's definitely not bad. He did pay for strategic retreat, but never flipped the card. That's notable. He does flip
true.
over magic. That's just the story of the day. And that's a finished Ak. A little surprised that maybe I would have been. Maybe I'm too aggressive. I would have probably done another attack into magic and then surprise webhead. But also, if that's my instinct, it's probably not a good idea. I'm an aggressive player. I like to spend resources to try to kill things. That's why I've been playing Web Warriors a little bit lately, and it's, ugh, Simon, it's the worst. I can't just look at things and delete them.
Very different from your usual playstyle, that's for sure.
Yeah, Wakanda, Brotherhood. I mean, even when I played Hellfire, I like to kill things with Zemo and throw things with Bill. Webs are too pillow-fisted for me. So that was Ox activation. We've got extracts on Ock, Lizard, and Black Hat. And for Schmid, Shang-Chi. Okay, that was just flipping strategic retreat. Schmid definitely under a lot of pressure here because his 2 best damage dealers remaining are both staggered. And you kind of have to kill Rhino, right? Because if Rhino gets to activate, he's got robbery.
Yeah. And infinite power.
Yeah. Magic opting to go range 3. So she potentially she'll shake the stagger.
Should be with, yeah.
Yeah. So she's going to shake stagger and then try to kill Rhino.
Yeah. With a builder that has any reroll, she's just looking to deal the 1.
Yep.
which is pretty likely, but might not quite get there. 3 so far, so very likely to get Rhino. Or nope, he's gone.
All right, he's finally dazed.
After 1,000 years.
Yeah, he lived a little bit longer than he should have, and then Magic's able to flip.
Yeah.
So we are still
Uh,
tied though, 2-2 on secures. Sean's up 3-1 on extracts at the moment. We've still got Taskmaster, Wong, and Dracula to go for Schmid. Dracula is staggered. We've got Mysterio, who's staggered for Shaun, and Lizard to go for Shaun.
thanks to the long move and bow, like even if Dracula's staggered, he could just shake the stagger, move long to the point next to Doc Ock,
All right,
bow
Lizard is
either
going
of
into
them.
Wong. I like this here. Try to deny the Wong activation.
Yeah.
Oh, good hit so far. 2 crits.
Into
Can we
with
convert?
lock. Yes, and get the days.
That's a big success. That's a really big hit right there.
Yeah.
Because now you're guaranteeing Dracula only has 1 action. Lizard's got power now to walk and flip.
Yep.
And now Taskmaster can't. Taskmaster is going to have to make a decision down on the secures. Shaun won't have last activation. Oh, really? How does math work? No, he won't.
He will. Just because there's only Mysterio left, and Schmid has both Taskmaster and
Yeah.
Dracula.
So Schmid will have the opportunity to get the secures back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen my Lizard roll through successes, but glad it works for others. So right now the secures are 3-1 in Shaun's favor, and the extracts are 3-1 in Shaun's favor. He only needs 5 to win. So Schmid's definitely feeling a lot of pressure right now to get some points back here and deny some activations. He can do so with Black Cat alive on 1. Currently, all of Shaun's models are on secures, so he will score the bonus VP.
Black Cat is not.
Oh, is she not on the point?
No.
Oh, big sad.
And I think with access to bow from Dracula, you're
Yeah,
pretty
true.
likely to clear it.
That daze was so huge. Now
Yeah,
Dracula has
it was really big.
no way to remove an extract. And if I'm gonna guess that Taskmaster is not within range 3 of Black Cat.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the long move plus the bow on Doc Ock to like guarantee take the secures a VP denial.
All right, Dracula moving along here after shaking his stagger. He's gonna hypnotic stare into Doc Ock and flip that point. It also denies Ock an extra power next round.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so secures are now 2-2. Shaun's still scoring the exact amount he needs to win the game.
No, he's currently scoring 4. Oh no, 5. You're right. So Taskmaster would need to successfully flip at least 1 if he wants to buy. If Schmid wants to buy himself another turn, which with how he's been rolling, is rough.
All right. Mysterio's going to shake his dagger and walk just to give Schmid a 50-50 to see if he can extend the game another round. If he can extend the game another round, he's not in a bad spot. Missing 4 50-50s on the Emicrons definitely did not help.
Yeah.
Schmid currently scoring 4 points, so he'd go to 11 to Shaun's 15. Again, assuming that Taskmaster can flip a point here.
Yeah, if Taskmaster can flip both. Schmid's still looking at 6 VPs to 3, which puts him at 13 to 14, which I think is probably the best case scenario.
Okay, here goes Taskmaster's flip.
And
There he is.
Taskmaster.
All right. We are playing a fourth round.
Yep. I think here you take a free attack into Mysterio, probably, or just move twice. Oh, move and attack Black Cat. I don't hate it. It's, I think, your most likely outcome to get the free VP. And it takes her off the board for next round.
Yeah, I think he has to try to kill her here because if Shaun goes first with her, he can, run away and
Like we're maybe
shake.
seeing a Tricks and Traps. Tricks and Traps going into Taskmaster. Dealing a casual 2 damage.
Okay.
This does open up the spender from Taskmaster into Black Cat, which I think if you're Schmid here, you take.
Looks like he's going to be moving Mysterio towards the center of the board, potentially setting up Grand Illusion for next round.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't have hated if he just moved the full distance for the Grand Illusion. Let Lizard flip that next round.
Taskmaster gets the place. Nice, I like it. And it opens up the spender, which I expect Taskmaster to do here. Just rolling 2 more dice makes you that much more likely to get Black Cat.
Yeah, he's doing the spender. Was it 6 dice in the 3?
7 into 3.
Okay.
5 is a pretty strong hit. It's gonna get Black Cat.
Okay, she's been KO'd. Taskmaster will spend 1 to pick up the point.
Which will actually not let him gain an additional VP because he's losing the bonus VP from the extracts.
Yeah. He'll score 5 to go to 12.
Yeah.
Shaun will score 3 to go to 14.
3 to go to 14, yeah. Which is not too bad. Like, I think you're still in a pretty decent position. I think Rhino's definitely the model you're afraid of here.
Yeah, Shaun has surprise webhead available to him at the start of next round. Still has Recal, Grand Illusion. Grand Illusion costs 4 though, right?
It does.
Yeah. Kind of what I would have liked to seen him move a little bit further so he could be within 4 of Magic. That would have been pretty spicy.
Yeah.
And Shang-Chi.
Grand Illusion is still range 3, right? Yeah,
is
range 3. It is range 3.
Huh.
So I like staying on the point here because
yeah, that
it's
makes
still
more sense then.
Worth it.
I just really want to see a Grand Illusion pop off.
That's fair.
Yeah, Quinn, that's something that we were calling out turn 0 was we were a little worried about Shaun's ability to fight back if Schmid took the initiative, just because Rhino's like a big damage dealer. Ock can deal damage, but he's got no power on him at the moment. Which I guess he doesn't really convert power to damage like that well, but... This is where like maybe a Craven or a Zemo. So we are seeing Grand Illusion come out at the start of this round. Let's see what he decides to open up with. He notably has not power phased because Ock is still sitting on 0. So here's a question. Do you open up with Ock and like move Oh no, we're seeing
No,
Rhino.
I
Nope, he's just
think
going
we
with
have to
Rhino.
go
He's
with
gonna
that,
throw size 4 magic.
which was going to make the brace come
Yeah.
out. Yeah, the early sacrifice play here from Schmid paying off here, letting you keep brace for that really
Okay.
important turn.
We have 5 going into 3. Decent hit and okay block so far.
Blocks it.
Blocks it all.
I
Unfortunate,
think
but you
here,
still got 7 power on your Rhino, so you're feeling okay.
yeah, it opens up the line of like just stampeding towards Taskmaster, stealing his lunch money and running away.
Why steal from Taskmaster when you could steal from Shang-Chi, though?
Oh, that's true. Probably the better case.
I think there's a world here where you steal from Shang-Chi, attack
Yeah,
Taskmaster, bounce off of him,
and I
with
think
a
that's
surprise
probably
webhead, and then walk towards the Grand Illusion.
yeah, I think that's what we're seeing here.
So Rhino spent he spent his robbery money.
Yeah, and the one to pick it.
Yeah. Really impressive, by the way, that Johnny Pastrami saying the word money has just completely taken over the vernacular of both of us at the moment. And I noticed some of my locals doing it too. This man is a problem. I'm gonna throw
Nah,
Shang
I
away, but Shang does have 4 power, so he'll be able to charge and get where he wants. He still hasn't used Chi Mastery yet, so still
yeah
scary. But I do like this Grand Illusion bunker that he's setting up here potentially.
yeah to try to collapse and keep his extracts as safe as they can be.
Yeah. If he uses Surprise Webhead on Taskmaster, I wonder if Mysterio's in range 3 of Taskmaster as well.
That's a good question.
Because that could be
It
kind of
looks like he
spicy.
is. Yeah, he looks then, but that may be a little too far away.
Hmm. Shaun debating where he wants to throw Shang-Chi. I don't know if there's a obvious right answer here. My gut says throw him towards Ock or throw him away.
Yeah,
I don't know. Or even into Taskmaster to do some damage. Maybe you get lucky on your surprise webhead.
yeah, maybe.
Well, he looks like he's committing. And it looks like it's going to be into Taskmaster.
The angle's looking tight,
Yeah.
but I think it's feasible. I think as is, he's going to collapse into magic. He's going to head magic, but I might be wrong here. It's really, really tight.
I think if his goal is to avoid magic, Schmid is the kind of guy that is going to be like, hey, dude, you got to move that ruler, you know? He doesn't have to do that. If you're Shaun, where would you throw Shang-Chi?
That's a good question. Probably away towards where Dracula is, or like, yeah, probably towards where Dracula is, because you're kind of okay having Shaun. Ugh, it's rough.
Yeah,
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't think there's a right answer. I think you have several good options, and there also could be disastrous.
Yeah.
Throwing for
Uh,
Taskmaster is like the highest upside, where you can maybe kill Taskmaster with that and surprise webhead.
yeah,
That could be very greedy and risky. I think
it's
this is the
definitely the
safest line,
highest.
probably, right? Throwing him this way.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's a good call on Shaun's part. It's the safest. That's the maybe lower floor, lower ceiling, higher floor.
Yeah,
I'm a greedy monster, so I probably would have done the play into Taskmaster and then regretted it. Oh, he's bouncing off Wong. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I don't hate it.
I thought it was gonna be via surprise webhead. Is he maybe measuring that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wong's definitely with 3. So no crits for Mr. Wong. 3 into 1, which gives him the 1 power he needs to stampede.
Oh, yeah. He also has the skull. right? So that also gets in the
Oh,
power.
that's true.
I'm a little surprised. I wonder what do you think he's saving the surprise webhead for? Like, what's the play with that? Do you think is it a Doc Ock thing where you're hoping to spend that? A lizard thing where maybe you're looking to get some pushes?
I don't know. I have no clue, honestly.
Oh, I think that was surprise webhead. No.
No, he rolled for the flip.
Oh. Then why did he just move Wong?
Because he took damage, he got bumped. Like the
Right.
Convo leadership.
All right, listen, it's past both of our bedtimes here. We're
Yes.
we're both early morning crew.
Yeah, we're both in the 5 a.m. club.
All right, Rhino pushing away. He's gonna be on the point to be able to score the bonus.
Is he
I
on the
mean,
point?
maybe not.
You have to be within 2.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, he's
I mean, Dracula and Shang-Chi can blow some of that stuff up anyway, so
yeah.
so we've got extracts on Doc Ock, who's stranded on the north side. We've got extracts on Rhino and Lizard, who are in the Grand Illusion bunker. And we've got an extract on Taskmaster for Schmid, who is a little bit of danger because Mysterio is going to be rolling some attacks into him potentially later.
I think here you probably want to lane to Doc Ock to try to remove his activation with either Dracula or Shang-Chi.
Looks to be that's what Schmid is thinking. Dracula is on 5 power, so he could move long, attack into Lizard or Rhino, but that's unlikely to one-shot either model, especially under Grand Illusion. I
Yeah.
think Grand Illusion's
You,
going to do a lot of work
you
here.
could you could be outside range 3 for Grand Illusion.
That's
I
true.
think there's an argument for Dracula to move Bow Rhino uh, and punch him, or try to move Spender Rhino to throw him back into the fray. But
That's true.
you're also not in a hurry of doing that just because Rhino's already gone. So I think personally I would go into Doc Ock here with either Shaun or Dracula. Maybe even Magic. But
Yeah. Quinn says Ox spends power so poorly there's not a lot of risk if you leave him on 1. That's true.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, I guess worst case scenario, you just throw Drac and give him an even poorer activation. But he does get a size 3 throw into magic. You can walk, throw into magic, and even surprise webhead her or attack her twice. Something along those
So
lines.
looks like Sean noticed he hadn't done his power phase.
Ah, there you go. Tight game.
So yeah,
Sean's playing well here.
yeah, I think here you go with Shang-Chi into Doc Ock. That's what I'd be looking to do. Maybe Dracula? But the bow to claim a point feels really good.
Yeah, and Schmid will get last activation because Black Cat was KO'd the previous round. So we are seeing Shang-Chi in the Doc Ock. He does have power for Chi Mastery if he needs it.
Which is one of the reasons I really like that line of play over Dracula. Uh, 5 hits. That's a decent hit.
Yeah, no power for Recal. You need to block something.
That just gets them.
All right.
Straight up one shot. Classic Shang-Chi.
Well, you know what?
Now you even get to move towards the point down south and charge Rhino or Lizard.
You don't, Simon, because you only get 2 actions per character in Marvel Crisis Protocol.
That was the first action.
Oh, because he gets to move
Defense,
short
pick
because
up.
he's a fair and balanced character. Ignore
Yeah.
me. God, this character's so stupid.
Like, I thought you were always playing the fucking most broken shit, Mike. Why am I teaching you about Shang-Chi?
Historically, that is untrue. I only started playing. Wakanda's not broken. Wakanda is
Sure, it is on the stronger side of things, though.
Of course. Strong things are fun. I'm not gonna play Winter Guard like a chimp, like Ben.
I'm not playing Window Guard.
Alright, so Shang-Chi does flow like water, picks up.
He can charge and still try to punch Rhino while making sure he's outside of 3 of Mysterio or forgets Grand Illusion. He doesn't.
Alright, so we'll see the charge here. Uh, Given he has Chi Mastery, do you go into Lizard or do you go into Rhino?
I go into Rhino for sure, just because he's already gone. While if you whiff on Lizard, you actually fuel him to be more efficient. And Lizard has an additional defense dice compared to Rhino. Rhino's already gone. Um, I think there's an argument to either push Lizard or go and try to flip the point afterwards.
Hmm.
But definitely going into Rhino here.
Alright, 6 into 2. The ability calls out, go into Lizard and use Chi Mastery for the stagger.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he does have 5 power, so he'll be able to throw. You've got Surprise Webhead, which potentially could be, throw towards Mysterio, then the two of them each get attacks in, which could be scary.
I like the idea of crippling Lizard here to just take away as many opportunities to score VPs as you can. It also denies the suppress webhead from Rhino. So yeah, a good call on Jeremy's part.
Yeah, that's true. If you whiff in a Rhino and give him enough power for a Surprise Webhead, then you've got 3 models there. Yep, so
Yeah,
he's going to go into Lizard. Good call on
and you even
ability.
get to push him. Like you get to push him and stagger him with Chi Mastery to make him as inefficient as you can be.
Shang-Chi is fair and balanced.
Unless you naturally stagger him and maybe even get him.
Yeah, 5 successes already from Shang.
Uh, none of the crits converting.
Right, but he will be
Terrific
able
block.
to.
Sorry.
Good block.
Yeah.
Blocking 3 effectively 4 at the moment. So a Chi Mastery is not even going to help.
You could remove 2 blocks to deal 3 effectively. They're still not great.
Ben in the chat calls out, this is the recal. I don't know. I don't think it is. I think
I don't
you.
think it is either.
Yeah,
Because there's still no skulls. That's still a shit ton of dice, and you're still exposing yourself to getting one shot if it goes
exactly.
poorly. Like, you're not really gonna get that much better than 3 successes on 4 dice, right? As opposed to like 5 on 8. It's not like it's unlikely to be more, but it is very possible.
Okay, he's going to opt to push Lizard away.
Yeah, I think stagger and push just to like make him as inefficient as you can.
Yeah, Lizard is at 7 power, though, which is a pretty good threshold from the be at.
Yes, but with just the one action, it makes his life kind of awkward.
Surprise Webhead is 0 cost attacks only, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Listen, I'm calling it now. Mysterio's going to kill Shang-Chi. He's going to tricks and traps him. He's going to do a bunch of damage. I'm going to see cool things happen. Okay, so that was Shang-Chi's incredibly impactful activation. One-shotting Doc Ock. Well, I guess it wasn't a one-shot. It was only 5 damage he did.
Fair and balanced.
But Magic and Dracula are still major problems for
Yeah.
Shaun. Currently, the secures are 3-1 in Schmid's favor. Nobility calling out. Throwing Shang into Rhino would be pretty sick to generate extra powers to get Surprise Webhead going. That would be pretty scary. That would be pretty awesome.
We don't know, Ben. I think he is. I think Mysterio is within range 3 of Taskmaster, but I think we'll know in a second.
Quinn, objectively, Shang-Chi should probably be in all of our lists. It's hard to not
Yeah,
play him.
you need to have a very good reason to not play him.
I took him over Killmonger at ACO, but I never actually played Shang-Chi.
But he's in your list.
Sure is, because he's stupid. He's so stupid.
Yes.
Oh man. Still Dracula, Magic, Taskmaster, and Wong to go for Schmid. Just Lizard and Mysterio left to go for Shaun. I think you probably just want to pass here, right? Or do you go with Mysterio to try to get Taskmaster? Seems unlikely.
I think it's hard to say. I think you pass here,
Yeah,
but
the problem is if you pass, you probably close the door on any chance of getting an extract off Taskmaster. I don't know if you even need to do that. You are up
Chong is with
two VPs. If
two.
you can try to maintain parity, you're alright.
Yeah.
But if Schmid scores 5-3, right? If he just
Thing
breaks
is,
parity in any way, then they're going to tie,
with how
right?
the secures are put at the moment, Schmid is somewhat likely to just score all of them.
Yeah. Looks like Taskmaster is being healed by Wong.
Yeah. Wong flips the point from right
Yep.
under. And I think second action, you probably give a power to Magic just to let her be able to flip point. Oh, that's not even an action. So I think yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, he healed Taskmaster, so I was saying that you kind of close that door.
Yeah, give a power to Magic,
Yeah, it's really.
heal himself, I guess.
Shaun was in the driver's seat at one point, but it's feeling a little bit right now like Schmid is taking the initiative in the game.
I think it kind of goes how we were saying earlier, where Shaun's plan is definitely to try to wait out to score out Schmid as fast as he can, while Schmid knows he's the beatdown and has to try to close the game.
Yeah, not having to use only one action on Ak is really unfortunate, but that's MCP. So that was Wong's activation. Still 3 models on Schmid's side, so Shaun does have another pass available to him if he wants it.
I think giving a power to Dracula here opens up interesting options for Schmid to open up both the bow and the spender.
So Wong's done.
Yeah.
He passed the power to Magic.
He also gave a power to Dracula.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He moved, like, passing a power is,
I didn't realize you could do it to more than one model in a
yeah,
activation.
it's not an action.
Oh boy.
A character can be affected by this power only once per round, but it is not an action and not limited per turn.
Yeah, with Dracula, it's gonna guess essentially guarantee that Shaun can't have both of his extract holders on points,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could just move along, bow Rhino, and you're gonna get an attack with Dracula and 2 attacks with Magic. It's pretty scary. Maybe even Taskmaster. You remember earlier when we were debating where to throw Shang-Chi? And we
Yeah.
said that throwing towards Ak was the safest play? Boy, were we wrong.
Hindsight is always 20.
It seemed like a good idea at the time. We'll never know if my thought of throwing into the Taskmaster and spending Surprise Webhead was the better line.
Yeah.
The MCP dice will make you look like a genius or a fool.
Yep. As a lot of things do in life.
Shaun's trying to figure out where Dracula gets, but he doesn't need to flip a point, Shaun. He just needs to move your Rhino and deny a VP.
I think there's an interesting option here to like move forward, double move Dracula, bow Lizard even further away, and just flip the point from next to Rhino.
Yeah, because Rhino's not on the point, so it's a free flip.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi
And
not
look,
gonna, they're not gonna Sean's not gonna score the bonus VP either because Shang-Chi's not on a point.
he's within 2,
Oh,
so
is that what
he's that.
oh is that what it
Yeah,
is? It's within two?
yeah, it's within 2 of his secure.
Hmm. He's gonna move Taskmaster. Oh no, this is still just Shaun using movement tools to see where Schmid's models are gonna go. If you're Shaun here, do you pass?
That's a tough question. I think I would, just because either Magic or Taskmaster aren't looking to have most impactful activations. I think I would just try to buy some time.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I love or hate the idea of just throwing Shang-Chi into Rhino and then doing surprise webhead with 3 models to try to kill Shang-Chi.
I don't hate it. I think it's definitely an option.
You just need you with Sean's luck, he'll end up blocking all of the damage from Shang-Chi and not
Mhm.
getting the power he needs for surprise webhead, but
Yeah, and that could be a double-edged sword, just because Shang-Chi has the 2 power. So if he block Rhino's attack, he gets to throw him, and that can be super scary for your VP.
oh, that's true. He's also got power to move cold-blooded and then throw into a tricks and traps.
He is staggered. He will. Oh, Cold Blood is the name of his throw, right?
No, cold-blooded is an attack. Oh, right, if you walk, right.
He's
Yeah,
staggered.
that 2 actions thing I talked about earlier. Shaun is locked in.
Yeah, I think he's really thinking, going into the tank, trying to see how he can take this on.
All right, looks like he did opt to pass because now Schmid is measuring. Oh, that's right. Mysterious Tricks and Traps is 3 power. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's an interesting conundrum. Trying to see if you can get within range of trying to flip with magic.
What's the range? So what's the shortcut there with the range 5 he's doing?
I'm trying to figure out.
Is that like I guess is that like the
Two,
range of
2 medium moves plus 2 small bases. Plus range 1 to get on the point.
well, if he does the range 1 hop, he won't have the power to flip.
Yeah, but you still have 2 bases, right, from both of your movements?
Yeah. All right, 1 walk from Magic, 2 walks from Magic. Oh yeah, definitely comfortably on the point.
Pay 1 a claim. Yeah, I think that was a right call. because it's a guaranteed flip.
All right, well, let's force secures for Schmid now. Sean's feeling the pressure. Now Shaun can no longer pass. If Mysterio moves, he will not be able to prevent Schmid from scoring out. I think Sean's just in a really rough spot here. I think Schmid at this point now has got between the 4 secures and the extracts. It's going to be really difficult for Shaun to pull this out without getting some lucky dice.
I agree.
Schmid is guaranteed to score 2, 3. Guaranteed to
He's
score
looking at
3. And then
he's looking at
Dracula.
6 realistically if he gets Taskmaster on the secure.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like out loud. If Dracula, if he goes, let's say Lizard here. Let's say he gets a super lucky and he gets Shang-Chi with surprise webhead. Schmid will still score at least 3 secures because of the bow.
Yeah.
And Taskmaster will score 2 points, giving Schmid 5 to go to 17.
Yeah. At the bare minimum.
And in order for, yeah, that's gonna be
And
tough.
because yeah, and even if you daze Shang-Chi with surprise webhead, just because Dracula can just double move and bow and pick up the token, you're fine. Like
Yep.
he gets those points regardless.
All right, Mysterio activating and is going to claim that point. Is he even within 3 of? Yeah, unfortunately, he was. I don't think he was in 3 of Shang-Chi to begin with.
No, he was not.
Yeah, so he's gotta get super lucky here. He's also got to stay on that Mcron to at least force Taskmaster to the 50-50.
So now Shang-Chi doesn't get to count his crits, and they won't explode, so it'll at least make Lizard's job easier if he wants to go into Shang-Chi.
Good hit. 4 successes into just 1 block. So he
Yep.
is gonna get 3 damage through. And if he wants it, a tricks and traps, right?
Yep. And I think it's a pretty solid bet. Like if you get the days here with Mysterio, you're pretty happy about it.
Where do you walk him to?
Uh it's a good question. I think not too far from Mysterio, just because you want to be able to both tricks and traps him and grab the extract.
Yeah, he's got the power where he can tricks and traps. Oh, was that close enough? It looks like it's a medium
Yeah.
stick. Yeah, he should be all right. All right, Mysterio.
Just needs to do 2 damage.
Hit him with the spooky scary. Razzle dazzle him. Oh, Mr. Zombie Toes. Oh no.
Right?
Shaun played himself. He's gonna be able to bump out of range of the tricks and traps. Oh no,
No.
you get to
He
tricks and
gets
traps first, right? Or no?
that is correct. Yeah.
Yes. Haha.
Because the attacker gets to resolve their effect first, and the movement triggers that, so yep, tricks and traps first.
Okay, so he's got to kill on the tricks and traps.
Oh shit, he gets
Hey,
it!
let's
Mysterio coming
go.
in clutch.
Mysterio baller.
Yeah, I think you put it next to Mysterio, pick it up.
Let's go. This is what I've been waiting 2 hours for Mysterio to do something cool. It took 2 hours, but we got there. Mysterio did something. Yep, definitely can pick that up. Schmidt's still in a great position to win this.
Yeah.
To be clear, but it is a little harder.
Like, if I think here you go with Taskmaster. If Taskmaster manages to flip from under Mysterio, you just take it home. Or
what is
yeah, I
he
think it's.
measuring? You very clearly pick it up. What's he measuring
Oh, I
here?
think he's measuring for the advance of the tricks and traps, right?
Oh, right. He gets the also advantage. Oh, Mysterio's such a cool boy. Yeah, I guess the advantage of that is you could maybe get out of range of a maybe Dracula Bow or something like that.
Yeah, but you still have to make sure you're on the point, otherwise Taskmaster just steals it.
Yeah, I would be a little worried here not to get too cute.
Don't be greedy.
Ben is saying, is there any chance to body block the secure here? I don't think so.
No,
He definitely is able to walk, get there. Is Lizard's throw range 3?
it is range 2.
Okay. I was wondering if there was a world where Lizard can move, be on a secure, and throw Taskmaster off if he gets too aggressive. I guess he could surprise Webhead Taskmaster. Oh, just right. Picks up.
And that's a job well done from Mysterio.
Okay, so we have extracts on Mysterio, Rhino, and Lizard. Taskmaster and Dracula still to go for Schmid. Taskmaster holding for Schmid. So maximum Schmid can hold 2 extracts this round. And with Lizard, it's very likely he'll be able to remove one of those models from a point, preventing Schmid from scoring a bonus. Schmid, of course, likely to prevent Shaun from scoring the bonus as well. Right now, we're 3-1 on secures in Schmid's favor.
And 3-1 on extracts in Shaun's favor.
Oh man, but Dracula, if he goes with Dracula right now, he can just bow Lizard away and just make it so that Schmid scores all 3 of those secures for sure.
Is there an argument to? Oh no, you're 1 power short to move long, spender, and bow. So yeah, I think you go with Taskmaster and try to flip from under Mysterio.
It's a big
It's still a double
50-50.
walk anyway. Yeah, because you have to keep your safe activations for last, like the one that's going to keep you in the game.
All right, here we go. It's a big
Schmidt's
50-50.
1 in 5. Hey, gets it, and I think
Okay.
that pretty much gives him the win.
Yeah, because Schmid is going to go up to,
He's scoring 6.
yeah, go to 18. And,
There's nothing the Lizard can do to stop
yeah, because
Schmid
of the
from.
stagger.
Yeah,
Because Shang-Chi is a super cool and fair character.
didn't even have to use Chi Mastery.
Yep. What's this with Meatmen? They don't even have to use that stuff. Did you see last week when Curtis was just like, I'll just roll double wild twice with Luke Cage? It's the real secret of the Meatmen.
Oh, yeah. Better lucky than good.
Yeah, I mean, Schmidt played a really patient, smart game here. I don't know if they are. We'll wait to see if where we are with that. Because no matter what, even with Lizard moving up and flipping here, Dracula could just double move bow. Is moving Taskmaster off the point enough to
I don't think
prevent?
he can get within 2 of Taskmaster.
Um,
Not in a single move?
hold on. No, he doesn't have to get within 2 of Taskmaster. He just has to surprise webhead him. But how does math
Oh, yeah.
work? Schmidt is definitely going to score 5 points to go to 17, and we could be playing another round.
Yes. We could. Yeah, I think he's looking at the surprise webhead to try to get the push
Yeah.
to deny the bonus EP, which would let him live another round, but I still think he's not in a great position after that.
All right, he's going to walk. Surprise webhead. He needs a wild.
Yep. It's a little under
But
50%.
can you just bump right back to the point though? I see Curtis. I swear, Curtis, I said it before I saw your comment. I was gonna throw. Throwing
Yeah.
magic doesn't do much for you here. It's really about the surprise webhead, but I think he just bounces back to the point and then loses, right?
Uh, with the push, yeah. Like Curtis has said, I think he needs to do no damage and get the wild.
Yeah, so there's a line. So I would have liked to have seen him hold on to the power here because then you could theoretically have recaled if you did too much if you did damage.
Yeah.
So you get
But you're
two
still at
cracks at.
risk of losing. You're still at risk of losing your wild, though.
Yeah, but I mean, recalling is better than just losing.
That's true.
Like, if your option
It's
is
like
lose or lose, you take the one that you might not lose on.
yeah.
All right, so that's lizard. Are we gonna see the surprise webhead, Shaun?
I
There.
presume so.
I didn't see him pay the power.
Does he see the line?
There it is. Okay, good.
Okay, he sees it.
All right, 4 dice into 3 dice, but really all we care about is a wild, and we're hoping for no damage here.
One crit, two no blocks, so we see
No.
some damage. But the wild.
Yeah, this is where I would have liked to have held on to that power for recal, but he may have forgotten about the bump. Oh, actually, no. I guess if you move range short, the bump's not going to get him back to the point. So I guess he's safe.
Gets to live another day.
All right, so we're going to play a 5th round.
Uh,
Unless my math is wrong.
yeah, it seems likely.
Oh, yeah, no, Curtis points out
Oh, no,
it's not securing, it's
yes,
range 2.
it's range 2 for the
Oh, right.
So he was correct, yeah.
He said
So yeah,
it
Schmid
is
still gets to take it
well
home.
past both of our bedtimes. We are 10 p.m. people. All right. It's a GG. I just want to make sure that they both put that in before we jump in.
Schmid
Yeah.
clearly sees it. Walk, bow, walk, flip. Calls it a day.
Now the biggest problem is going to be making sure Schmid wraps up his post-game monologue so we can go to bed.
Yes. Oh, GG's.
Yep, he's going to score, what, 5 to go to 17?
6-15.
Yep, 16.
Going up to 18.
Yeah, Curtis, one of my techniques sometimes when I pick up a bad LFG is I pretend that my child woke up. So, all right, everybody in the chat and Simon, we're going to pretend that my child woke up, cut off Schmid, all right?
Oh, I'm not going to stop you. I have to go to bed as well.
All right, let's join them.
I might wake up your kid myself.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for letting us stream the game. It was a really entertaining one. We got to see some cool Mysterio stuff at the end there. And Schmid, were you feeling some pressure in round 3 when it seemed like Shaun was kind of getting into the driver's seat?
When the first pay to flip, he made it across. I was like, all right, I take McCrane. It's my fault. Then when he failed some turn 2, and then Taskmaster failed, I'm like, all right, this is McCrane. This is where we live. And I think probably my most like, oh my god, was when I didn't kill
Double
Rhino.
tap Black Cat and just did
That
nothing.
was I mean that was annoying for sure. I mean I hit her 3 times with no crits and stuff. Like you can easily like not make it. I think the Shang not killing Rhino. I know you ended up going with somebody else. But that was the one where I was like, fuck, like, I wish Rhino was that. But I actually liked you strategically retreated and then like it gave you priority, I think, because you killed Wong. Maybe Wong was the most tilting one. That random lizard killing Wong was like I think bigger than some people. Not huge, but it's like I was gonna bump him to like remove Drax Stagger, and I was like, come on, don't just take one. So yeah,
Schmid,
50-50.
Curtis wants
I
to
had a-
know why you forgot to use Chi Mastery on Rhino's defense dice.
Yeah, that's exactly the question I was
I
about to
didn't have
ask.
power, right? I didn't
Yes,
have
you
power.
had. You had.
I mean, it's 3, right? I don't think I had power.
You had power.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we
I
thought
am.
you were gonna Chi Mastery.
Yeah.
I'm 99% sure I didn't have power.
You
Really?
had the power. It's on camera, Schmid.
Yeah.
I feel like okay. Well, I'll look it back because I thought about it. I thought I didn't have power to do it because I thought when I had to,
They had to burn it for charge and to just even get in.
I would look it back. I feel like I may have messed up and didn't pay for the. Oh, you mean on the first attack? No.
No, the second one, the one where you fell one short.
I'm look it back because I feel like I didn't because I was doing the math where I was like I did only 2 damage on the charge, and I only
He had to
had
burn
like
all his power to
power,
get.
but then I had to pay 1 to move. I thought after I paid 1 to move, I didn't have enough, but maybe I did. Maybe I did, and that was my bad. I honestly believed I didn't have it. So,
Sean, do you think a different squad configuration
see,
would have been stronger to bring in?
somebody's coming in. Spencer's coming in saying that I didn't have the power. I had already put the 1 power from my attack before anything happened. So you all thought I did.
To be honest, I don't remember at all. Just Curtis wanted to give you some shit, so I was down for it.
Sorry.
Sean, do you think
Anyway.
a different lineup might have been stronger here? I mean, you played a great game, to be clear. We were a little concerned turn 0 that you might not have the punch you need. Granted, you lost by 1 VP, so right, it's hard to say that anything was right or wrong. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah. Yeah, I really want to. So the problem is like Rhino's stapled to foes rosters right now, so that's 8 points you have to sink. And so to get like Black Cat in the list, then I have to take 2 threes to make that math work.
Hmm.
I could have taken Craven instead of maybe Mysterio, but I think he kind of wasn't sure who he was going to bring, and if he brought like Dr. Voodoo, I needed Mysterio to go do my midline grab, so he couldn't just walk up and take it off of me right away.
Mm.
And because like that, he just does it typically to most other models that I have in the roster.
All right, that's fair enough.
So
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hard to say, oh, that was a mistake when you lost by 1 VP in a super tight game against a great player. It was just something I was wondering. I'm a little interested in foes, so I was just kind of curious what your thinking was there.
yeah, taking 2-3 threats that have 4 dice builders is definitely a risk. I wasn't sure how punchy he was going to be.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for letting us stream. Appreciate that. Sean, I'm glad we were able to finally get it to work out.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
Schmid, congrats again on what are you 4-0 right now?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Shaun, for the game.
Are you already
Yeah,
qualified,
yeah.
Schmid, for the
Yeah, I mean,
playoff thing?
I was 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, so I don't think I actually had to win this game to make it through. But
All right, fair enough.
insurance, you never know. You
Yeah.
never know. I'm here for the
All
game.
right.
Well,
Well-
Taskmaster definitely was trying to help him throw the game. He's like, I don't want to flip
He was
anything.
a
I hate
hero
it.
at the end. I actually
He
forgot
was,
that. The one little quick thing when you were gonna push me, I was like, I forgot that if you did the damage, I'd be able to bump back because it's range 2. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to contest it, which I wouldn't be able to, which is like a normal math thing I know. But like, oh, I can get within 2. So when I rolled no blocks, I was like, yes, this is the greatest because I no matter what, I'll get back to the point. I'll make one comment. I didn't take SS Strange. Potentially, he probably is better. I really want to play Dracula, but I think him being able to scalpel people off in samples specifically,
Yeah.
and just like he can get to multiple points and has a lot of power all the time, he is probably a better play into this specific, like where I know he has 2 steals or 1 or at least 2 steals, and he can't like he doesn't have to attack Dracula to like influence the game. Even if I had a secure on him, like he's gonna get enough power to like or extract to like steal from him. So I do think in hindsight, I'm like, I need some more speed because I could have like Zemo, Magic, Voodoo, Wong,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. Not actually, that team wouldn't work. But
That's what
anyway,
we were thinking you were going to bring originally.
yeah, I think Zemo, Shang, Wong, Magic, Strange
Strange
probably would have
Supreme.
been pretty good. It's like Strange and Zemo instead of Drac and Task, because it's two people who have movement, right? Then everybody but Wong has like some sort of out of action movement to like get around the McCrakens, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, it's foes are randomly extremely tough for me all the time. I hate foes. I hate
All right,
playing
guys,
foes.
I gotta close this out. Sorry to cut you off,
Yeah, it's
but
fair.
I appreciate you letting me stream.
Went for you, I'm sure.
And if people
Have a
want to
good
learn
rest of
more
the
about
day, gentlemen.
Convo, they should check out the podcast you and I recorded together a couple of weeks back.
Absolutely.